This is Steve Whitner. I'm a product marketing manager at Quantum Corporation, and I'm here today to talk about an exciting new product. It's a deduplication appliance called the DXi 4601, and it's designed to give people an innovative way of solving the problem of dealing with growth of backup data in the data center. And it's designed for small and medium sites. We hear from customers all the time that one of the biggest problems they face is figuring out how to handle and make the backup systems grow as fast as the data is growing. It's unpredictable, right? People add applications, they add new people, they aren't exactly certain how much data they're going to need a year from now, but they don't want to buy too much and over-provision to start off. So what do you do when that happens? And it's especially a problem in smaller sites where you're going to have limited IT resources. Well, the first thing that people have told them to do in deduplication land is to add additional nodes and build up a grid. The problem with that, and we've heard from all kinds of people who've encountered this, is when you add additional nodes as a way of scaling your storage capacity, there are some real problems. Each node acts like an independent system. The data to be deduplicated, you have to send the same data sets into the same node over and over again. If you move into a second node, there's no deduplication. You also have to treat the capacity of the system as a single entity. There has to be enough space there to hold the entire backup job all on that disk, plus the deduplication space. So that's a problem. You have to deal with it as one system. For restores, all the restores come out of that same box as well. If you deduplicated the data and sent it into node 1, you got to restore it back through node 1. So the performance, the capacity, the deduplication, the restore are all limited and focused around single nodes. So what does the grid give you? Well, the grid lets you sort of take a backdoor connection and move some old data from one node to another if you get too much. That sounds pretty good, but the problem is if you ever have to restore that old data, it's got to traverse its way back up to that first node before it can be restored. So you've got huge performance implications. You also have the issue of putting in new physical units. So there are all kinds of issues around putting in more nodes and building them up in that way. So what's a good alternative? The great alternative is the DXi 4601. Instead of adding nodes, it lets you add storage capacity. We pre-populate the DXi 4601 with the capacity that you're going to need. And then we allow you to license as much of that as you need when you need it. So you can start off with a 4 terabyte system, very economical, and then as you need more capacity later, you simply make a phone call, get authorization, turn a license key, and bingo, you've got more data. There's no re-racking, there's no changing configurations, there's no moving of data from one place to another, because all the data from every job gets deduplicated against all of the others. And the performance is consistently high. You've got a full 1.7 terabytes an hour of performance going into the box, and you can restore data out at the same speed. So you've got high performance, and you scale not by adding hardware, but simply by licensing the capacity as you need it. So it's a very exciting alternative to growing data, especially in small and medium sites that are uncertain about how much capacity they're going to need. So it's faster, and it's actually less expensive than grid systems because we're not adding more and more additional controllers and the kind of expensive part that builds those systems up. And there's never any re-racking or reconfiguration in the system. DXi 4600 comes in 4 terabytes up to 12 terabytes, and you can scale that way on this capacity on demand system. 1.7 terabytes an hour of performance. It's got a simple NAS interface, CIFS, NFS. It also supports the Symantec Open Storage API. Also includes replication, so you can do disaster recovery protection to any other DXi system. It is has twice the performance of competitive deduplication systems at as little as half the cost. So it's less expensive, simpler to deploy, faster, and it's a great way of managing data growth. I encourage you to go to quantum.com and learn more about the DXi 4601. Thank you very much.